Hi, about time I did another cooking video. I've been eating a lot of these recently, so I thought I'd do a bit about them. Ribs. Now, I'm sure we all love ribs. I know I do. But the main thing about these is, if you look at the cooking instructions on the back, here, it says preheat oven to 200 degrees centigrade, 400 Fahrenheit. Gas mask 6, fan assisted 190 degrees centigrade. Placed in a roasting tray and cook on the middle shelf of the oven for 25 to 30 minutes, turning halfway through. Thoroughly cook until no pink meat is visible. These instructions are given only as a guide. Well, that is one of the worst guides I have ever read in my life, because if you do that, these are going to be so tough that they will be virtually inedible. I know it because I tried it, and it goes against everything I thought anyway. So what we're going to be doing today is preparing this for cooking, and we're going to be cooking them low and slow, and hopefully at the end I will have 2 racks of ribs that I can, because I'm going to cut these in half, that I'm going to cook in the halogen oven, and they should be tender enough to take apart and eat with chopsticks. So it should be just completely fall off the bone ribs, and I'll eat them with some rice, so you can dip a bit of meat into the rice. They'll be lovely and sticky, so the rice should stick to the meat hopefully. So let's start by preparing these ribs and removing the membrane from the back. Okay, here's the whole rack of ribs, and we're going to cut them roughly in half, basically so they fit in the halogen oven. And then I'll show you how to remove the membrane from the back. Right, now here at the back we've got this membrane. So what we're going to do is lift a corner or an edge, and then grasp it with some kitchen paper and tear it off. So I'm just going to get it started with a knife, grab a bit of kitchen paper, I'm left-handed, so you're probably going to be doing this the other way around. You see how that comes off? I'm doing that. You don't have to do that. If you like them slightly more chewy, you can leave it on. But I'm going to be trying to take these apart with chopsticks, so I thought I'd remove it. Right, well the next stage, my phone ping is falling to bits here, involves silver paper and marinade. Now, you don't have to marinate it, you can do this right at the last moment. But the way I'm thinking that people like me, and remember this is cooking for bachelors, okay, so it's meant to be simple with ingredients that are readily accessible to anyone with access to a supermarket. I know in some places in the country you haven't even got that, but here I've got access to a supermarket, and I'm going to use typical ingredients that anyone in the UK can buy. So for this, instead of making my own marinade, which is dead easy to do, I mean I do a Chinese one sometimes with tomato sauce, soy sauce, honey, garlic, 5-spice, anything I've got thrown in to marinate this in. I'm going to use something that is freely available in the UK, and that is HP honey barbecue sauce. Now if you look at the ingredients, the second ingredient is sugar. Okay, so this is sugary, there's sugar in this, but if you don't have sugar or honey or something like that in it, these aren't going to be sticky, and we want them to be sticky. So, and to apply it, I'm going to use this thing. Now, I'm not sure what I'm not sure what the correct name for this is. Is it a pastry brush or something? I don't know. I call it a French tickler. So what we're going to do is just simply get a load of this marinade, carefully manoeuvring the French tickler. We're going to cover it completely in this marinade. Oops. Be generous. Okay, cover it. Make sure it's everywhere. Okay, thank you, Mr. French Tickler. And then we're simply going to seal this parcel up, so carefully not making any holes in the silver paper. Okay, now the reason I'm doing it this way is I'm thinking these are actually going to take 2 hours to cook, not half an hour recommended on the packet. So I'm thinking that, you know, someone who's got a job could put these in the oven, could, you know, at the start of the day, do this bit at the start of the day, which has taken what, 2 or 3 minutes, stick them in the oven, and then these days you can turn on your oven remotely, can't you, if you've got one of those remotely activated homes, or if you understand your cooker timer and the clock on the front of it, and again remembering that this is cooking for bachelors, I honestly have no idea in any way whatsoever how the timer on the cooker works, nor do I have one of those homes where you can switch the lights and the heating and the oven on remotely, because I work at home so I've no need for it, but I'm sure you can work out some way to do it so that these were, you know, halfway cooked before you got home in the evening. And that is it. Now the next time you're going to see me is I'm going to cook them, but it's now morning and I'm going to cook these this evening, so we'll go through it this evening. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Hi, a bit later on now, so we're under artificial lights, but here are the ribs in the halogen oven. The reason I like using these things is that they're just 20 times easier to keep clean than a regular oven. Okay, so now the all-important settings, because we want these really tender and juicy. We are going to have it on 140, 145 about. Okay, and we're going to cook them for 1 hour and 3/4. Okay, so 140, 145, 1 hour and 3/4. Boom. It only goes up to 1 hour, so I'll have to obviously adjust that in 3/4 of an hour's time or an hour's time, something. And I will see you when they have cooked. Hi, right, we're going to take the ribs out of the halogen oven and stick them in here. I'm just going to adjust this a second, so that, let's see what I'm going to do. It's a bit wonky, this. Okay, I need oven gloves. This is quite hot. Ow. Ooh. I noticed I'm wearing oven gloves and I picked it up with my unshielded hand anyway. Right, that's the sugar sticking the foil together. And look how unattractive they are, really pale and grim. Okay, we're going to arrange them like that. They look really pale and unattractive. So, bring on French tickler, and we're going to stick these under a grill. Okay, having some more of that same sauce, the HP barbecue. Be generous. Okay. Right, here's what I mean by the grill. I think you call it something else in the States. Broil, is it? In we go. And that is going to go in for about 6 minutes, and I'm going to baste them in the sauce again. And we've got some rice on the go to go with this. So I will see you in about 15. Right, I'm afraid my old camera stand collapsed, so I'm afraid I'm using this one. But there we go, those are finished ribs. They look more like the ones we know and love. So, big test. Will it come apart with chopsticks? Well, looky here. Huh? That is how tender they are. If you cook them this way. Dead easy, you could eat them with chopsticks. So, yeah, there we go. They're that tender. I can't put it any more, I can't demonstrate it any better than that, really. I've got peas and rice to go with it. Peas, rice and soy sauce is one of my standard foods. And that's it. If you follow that, you'll get tender ribs, really juicy, really delicious. And I hope you give it a go. So, as a bachelor, I would just like to say, I now want to be alone with my ribs. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.